Hi everyone, it's Myrna and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about why not to close your credit cards. So in part one, we talked about how to clean up our credit and how to read our credit report. We talked about how to do this for free without paying anyone to do it because you can do it yourself. So if you need to clean up your credit and you haven't seen part one, make sure you go look at it. That way you make sure your credit is in good standings and that you have no issues on your credit report because we're trying to raise our credit. Today, I'm going to talk about why you should not close your credit card. This is the biggest mistake people make. Closing your credit card's worst thing you can do that will hit your credit score like nobody's business. So if you're ready to boost your credit score and get it running in the upwards direction, let's jump in. So a lot of people think if I close my credit card, I'll stop myself from spending and my score will go up. But unfortunately, it has the opposite effect on people. So here's why. Your credit score is based on 5 main factors, and closing a credit card messes with 2 of those, the biggest ones, actually. The first one is your credit usage, and the second one is the length of history you've had your card. So when you close your card, you lose your available credit limit. This is going to hurt you. So let's do an example. We're going to use easy numbers here. So let's say you had 2 cards, one is $5,000, and let's say you had one for $2,000. And you're like, you know what? I'm just closing this $5,000 card. And then suddenly you see your credit drop. The usage just shot up. And even though your balances are the same, it affects the usage because you've shut down that card. Higher usage is equal to a lower score. So you're like, you know what? I'm going to just cancel the whole $5,000 card. I don't even want it because I don't want to spend. And you've had that card forever. Then the other part is the history of the card. Older accounts help the average age of credit. It's almost like the older your card, the more mature it is, the better it is, the more seasoned it is. Just like when you age, same difference. You don't want to shut that card down. So when you close those cards, you shorten your credit history and it loses its value and you lose points for that. And that's why a lot of times your credit score will drop. So even if you think you're doing the right thing by closing those credit cards, it's actually going to hurt your score more than help it. So we're not going to close these credit cards. So instead of closing them, what we're going to do is keep them open. And we're going to learn how to manage them strategically. So I'm going to give you a little bit of plan on how to do this. I already told you, keep the cards. Take them out of your everyday wallet. Throw them in the back of your drawer. Pretend they're not there. We're going to keep those cards, right? The first thing you want to do is pay down your balance gradually. Focus on getting that credit below a 30% limit. This will help your credit score grow tremendously. That's the sweet spot in the credit world. So the bureaus like to see 30% or less as far as your usage across the board. The next thing is to keep your oldest account open. If you had a card, your very first credit card, do not close that card. That will be your longest running card. We want to keep your score up. Keep that card open. Even if you don't use them, it adds value to your credit history every single month that you keep that card. Next, you're going to make small purchases, even if you pay them off immediately. Let's say you run into the grocery store. Matter of fact, you're going out to lunch. You're on your work break. I'm going to go buy lunch. It's going to be about $25 for my lunch. Let me just scan my card and let me pay it back immediately. I'll take my cash and I'll put it on that card. So you make small purchases and pay them off immediately. Making these small purchases builds consistency and it makes a positive impact on your credit history. The other thing, we're going to avoid applying for too many credit cards at once. So if you are applying for a credit card, every time you apply, you get a little ding on your credit report. We don't want the dings. So if you need more than one card or you feel like you do, just space them out. The goal is to show the lender that you can handle credit responsibly and you not avoiding it altogether. So now let's talk about rebuilding. Once you've cleaned up your report and you started paying down your debt, it's time to add positive activity to your credit file. Here's a few ways to do that. So Experian has what they call Experian Boost. It's free. It gives you credit for paying things like your Netflix account, your phone bills, utilities. Those payments can instantly raise your credit score in minutes. The other thing you can do is become an authorized user. And a lot of people don't know this. If you have your husband, your wife, your good girlfriend, maybe boyfriend, whoever, somebody that you trust and trusts you, a family member, and they have extremely good credit, you can ask them to put you on their account. Because they have good credit, it will help raise your scores also. And here's a tip. They can do it without even giving you a card. So if they're like, I'm not giving you no cards, you could go spend it. They don't even have to give you a card. They can just put your name on the account and they can use their card as is. And they never have to fear that you're going to go run up a bill and it's going to hurt their credit score. You don't even need the card. So if you're just looking to boost, ask somebody that you trust and get your name on theirs. Make sure they have good credit, because if they're not doing it right, it's definitely going to drop yours. So ask a family member, a close friend, and see if someone will help you boost your credit. Another thing is to try to use a secured credit card. So if you are applying for cards and you're getting denied or your score is still low, the secure credit card can help you boost your score. You can put down a deposit on a card, use it responsibly for a few months, and your score will start to climb. Then maybe in the future you can apply for an actual credit card and get an approval because you have boosted your score. The other thing we're going to do is to pay on time, every single time. Don't miss a month. Don't say, oh, it's due today, but I'll pay it tomorrow or the next day. Put it on your calendar. Set a timer. Make sure the money is in your account. Go on the sites itself and actually put in that you're going to pay this on this day, because you can do that. You can put ahead what day you want to pay and they'll just pull it out of your account. We do not want to be late on any type of payments. Every one late payment can drop your score from 50 to 100 points. So consistency is key. We're trying to gain points, not lose them. So here's the truth. Credit isn't bad, and credit cards aren't the enemy. In fact, we're our own worst enemy. So it's not the credit cards that are killing your score. It's the way that we use them. We just need to learn how to use them in the correct way. Think of credit as a tool. We can use it to build, or we can use it to break. And we definitely want to build. We don't want to break anything. So definitely keep that in mind. When you understand how it works, you control it. It doesn't control you. That's how you move from surviving to thriving financially. And that's the path that we want to stay on. So as you rebuild, don't forget what we talked about in part 1. Lock your credit report. Lock your kids' credit report. Lock it up. We don't want anybody trying to take our credit, have us going down the drain, any identity theft because they done purchased cars and houses and whatever else. We're going to avoid that. Lock it up. So if you go to Experian.com, like I talked about in part 1, you're going to do a credit lock. And it's just as simple as clicking a button. We can treat it like a seatbelt. Look, I'm in the car. We're going to treat it like this seatbelt here, right? This seatbelt keeps you safe, and that credit lock will keep your credit safe. So lock up your credit report. So now fixing your credit report doesn't mean that you have to close out all your cards, that you have to start from scratch, that you're going to nix everything that you've done history and usage wise. We're not doing that at all. It's all about using what you already have to your advantage and building, creating a healthy credit score, creating healthy credit habit is key. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the bell, and stay tuned for part 3. In part 3, we're going to talk about how to lock and protect your credit and your children's credit too. So scammers don't get them. I'll see you next time. Bye.